How you doing today, everybody? It's Mr. Green here, and got another project for today for the John Deere. I originally, anybody that follows my videos, I had installed these lights as secondary lights because when you lift the bucket up, or when I have the blade on, my headlights get blocked and you can't see anything. Anyways, I'm going to rewire this. Right now I'm still running a pretty small wire. I think I'm running like a 14 gauge wire. So, I mean, it can handle quite a bit of power, but when you're talking 12 volts, it's better to go a little bit heavier of a wire. So, what I did was, go over to my messy table here that I gotta get organized, is I went to Walmart, and I was gonna replace it with 10 gauge wire, and the 10 gauge wire is so darn expensive that it was cheaper for me to buy this for $9, and it's 10 gauge and it's 8 feet long. So I'm going to cut the ends off. I bought the right ends, and we're going to upgrade the wiring in this, and then I'll show you quickly how all this gets wired together. This is going to run one backlight too, it's going to run it for now, but I'm going to upgrade it to a small LED light bar too, for when I'm snow blowing and stuff. So the one that I do have back here is the regular bulb, so it drains a lot of power and it's not very efficient. So I want to mount another one up here, maybe one that's 1 foot long, because the harness that I bought is designed to run two different lights. So okay, well, let's get started, and I'll get to pulling all the other stuff out, and then I'll show you me getting this all wired back up. Okay, so now that I have these out of the package, like, these clamps aren't very good, but at the same time, I don't want to waste something. So instead of cutting them, inside here and getting that little bit extra wire, I'm actually going to leave a little bit of wire. I'm going to use these big cutters here, and they cut through nice thick wire. And I'm going to leave, I don't know, maybe 2 inches. And that will now give me something if I ever need to attach or use them for something else, then I still can, by soldering them back together. So this will be the end that will attach to the battery. So we need these little wires, copper wire ends here, because of the thickness of the wire. This is only a 10 gauge, so I should actually look, my other ones might fit this too. Okay, I'm going to grab my other set too and see if they're big enough to fit that. Okay, so I did have some other ones that will fit that little battery terminal a little bit better, so I'm just peeling them back with this. It's got a really thick jacket on these wires, and these clips are rated for a 10 gauge wire, 10 and 12. The nice thing about these pliers is right here they have a good little crimping thing for the copper ones and for these. There you go. There's my 2 ends, and now I just got to feed it in through the tractor, and we'll be back. Okay, so now I ran these booster cables up from the front here and rerouted them all along the bottom here and then into the cab. I just wired all this together. Sorry I didn't video it, but it's so dark in here. It's really hard to show exactly what I'm doing, but it's very basic. It shows black goes to ground, obviously, red goes to positive, and there's a white wire off the relay that goes to your switch. I'm not going to use the switch that came with it because I have this switch bank, which I also did get on Amazon. If I remember, I'll put this in the link too. It has been a great little switch bar. It's got the 12 volt cigarette lighter, output there, and it's also got 2 USB outputs too, a 1 amp and a 2.1 amp. So yeah, it works out quite good, guys. So anyways, now it's just a matter of routing these wires up and around, and here's the light bar, just so you guys can kind of see it here before I get it up. But it's going to be mounted right up underneath the cab, or the cap right there. So yeah, so the next thing to do is I'm just trying to route these wires, you know, close enough to where I got to get them, and then it'll just be a matter of hooking everything up. So yeah, just give me a little while here and I'll be back, and we'll get to mounting this up here. Okay, well, I got my holes drilled, and now I just need to get everything put back together. It comes with these little rubber pads here. This is for vibration, so we'll put those up there. I couldn't use the standard bolts that came with it because I'm going through thicker material. Not a big deal, you just change it to whatever you need. Okay, so now that I got it there, these are going to come in here, and here. Put these on first. Okay. Now this would be easier with 2 people, but I gotta get these nuts started in here. There, that one started. These tightened up now. Now I have nylon nuts on there, and a lock washer. So now, make sure that's just not touching there, and there it is mounted up. Now all I have left is to run the wire, which is right here. So that I just need to run it from there, and we'll be all hooked up. Now that should give me a ton more light now. And it looks pretty cool up there too. So now I'm just going to get this wired up here, and we'll be back. We'll turn it on now, and then I'll actually finish this video on later on tonight when it's dark. I'll come out and we'll actually get like a brightness test and stuff. So we'll be back here in a minute. Okay, well, it's mounted up there now. Everything is all wired together. Tried tidying up the wires in here. I don't really have anywhere to run them, so I have to run them around the outside here. I did tie into that backlight, and it does work now. And then I just put it on my roof lights. So you can see, that's on during the day. That is a super, super bright light. So like I said before, I will come out later and we'll open up the door, and then we'll actually get a test of how bright this light is. So like I said before, remember there's a link in the description to this light, and I will put in the little switch bank too. So we'll be back here in a little bit. Alright guys, well, now it's pretty late at night now, and it's really dark out, so I don't even know how well you can see me on this, but let's go over and we'll give this a little test. I'm trying to keep it dark in here so we can get a good view. So we'll go down here, hit roof lights, bam. Holy, that is like daylight. That's unbelievable how bright that is. That is going to make my life so much better while I'm out plowing. Oh, that's great. Alright, well, thanks so much for checking out this video, and yeah, please remember down in the description there's links to all this stuff, and please remember to subscribe, and as always, if you could click that thumbs up button, it would be greatly appreciated. Have a great day.